I've been doing more shows out of town lately. I did a show in Philly a few weeks ago. I went with another comedian. We had to take a Greyhound bus to the show. And my friend, he bought the tickets, and he's like, oh, don't worry, Dan. I bought first class Greyhound bus tickets. First class in the Greyhound. That is a special level of self-delusion. You're trying to make yourself feel better than people you're just not better than. At all. You just sit in the first row. That's all that happens. Which, like, you're not fooling it, but nobody's getting on and looking at the first row and be like, oh, he's probably a senator. Like, they know. Like, you're garbage, you know? We're all just different shades of trash. But I get it, though. He wants to feel important. Like, it's tough not to feel like nothing when you're on a bus, you know? Like, if you hear somebody say, like, oh, if you want to feel insignificant, just look up at the stars. You ever hear somebody say that if you want to feel insignificant, just gaze up at the stars, you know? I don't know, has anyone really ever had a hard time feeling insignificant? It's just kind of my default. My first job ever, I bagged groceries. I didn't have to be reminded about the vastness of space. Like, I knew how little I mattered. I knew where I stood cosmically. I feel like if you're on public transportation, you know you're insignificant. Like, you don't have to look up at the Milky Way. There's a Butterfinger smushed to your chair. Like, you should get it. It should be clear. That self-delusion thing, that's important, though, you know? I had to go and get my ID renewed recently. I had to go to the DMV to do it. I filled out the form, gave it to the lady behind the counter, the DMV, and she had shown my old ID also, and she was, like, comparing it, and she was looking at it, and she was like, what's your height? And I was like, it's 5'8". And then she's like, right, I'm just asking because your old ID said you were 5'9". So what happened? And I was like, I just stopped lying to myself about being 5'9". It was like, just like deluding myself, like maybe I'll grow. It was like aspirational. But then I realized you can just write whatever on the ID and they have to put it on there, you know? Like, nobody fact checks it. You can just make it up. Be who you want to be, you know? Have a real fake ID. Which is a fun thought, because if I died and they had to, like, ID my body, they would just be looking at it like, oh, this is a photo of him, but none of this shit adds up. It's like 6'6", piercing blue eyes. Under organ donor, it just says, it's huge. What does it say that? That's not him. That's the wrong name. I had a friend, he sent me a dick pic by mistake that he meant to send to a lady. So I woke up to it, which, that's like a very effective alarm, by the way. I don't know if you guys have trouble waking up for work, but you're not going to snooze on a man's cock. You are going to feel like you have to jog. Run that off. So I woke up to a dick pic and 9 apology texts. Being like, dude, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to text that to you. I meant to send this woman I've been seeing, but it could have been worse. So like, your name's Dan, my ex-wife, her name's Danielle. Imagine if she got that text. I could be back in court. I could lose my daughter. Oh, please delete this. I'll pay you. But it's just funny how confidence works, because like, he panicked so much that it let me fuck with him. Or think about it, if he just sent me that dick pic and was like, yeah, look at it, stupid, then I would have felt uncomfortable. And he could have fucked with me. Like, I would have felt like, I don't know, should I send one back? I've never situation before. This feels like a dare. I've tried to have more confidence. I think I've gotten a lot better at that. It's still seasonal, though. I think I do much better in winter. I can just hide in my hoodies. Summer is a weird time. There's all this exposed chest hair from guys. It's just a level of confidence I'll never reach. It's weird. A lot of people think stand-up is brave, and it's just, like, not. I just say shit I wrote in clubs or bars or whatever. That's, like, nothing to me compared to the confidence I think it takes to, like put on a button-down shirt and get, like, 3 buttons up and then be like, I'm good, you know? The rest is for the people. Like, 1 button undone, that's for you. More than 1, that's for the fans, you know? God bless.